there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer. And last time on You Eat Loogie Soup, we cleared out all of World 5, all of Soda Jungle, and we got a decent chunk of progress made on Rock Candy Mines. So now we're gonna do our best to clear out the rest of Rock Candy Mines here. Also get, hopefully we can get to some of Meringue Clouds. We should be able to get this Meringue Clouds at least, you know, but, I, like, kind of planned out. Oh, this level is actually good. And the, in, You Eat Soup, this level kind of sucks. But in this one, the level is actually kind of good. Except for this part here. Why? Okay. Oh, that's why I couldn't. Okay. Silly me. Anyway. But yeah, I really like this level. Compared to its You Eat Soup counterpart. This one messes around a lot with switches, and it's kind of just a good old fun time. Okay, so I'm gonna toss that shell for fear of accidentally. Oh, I needed to not hit that button. Okay. Well, that's either going to be a replay, or similar. Yeah, I think this is just going to be a replay. Well, I might just die at the end here, actually. I only have, like, 5 seconds to beat the level. 2, 1, yeah. I don't think we've had a time death in this game so far. Anyway, back to Switch Lift Express. Back down the pipe. So, but I really like this level. I find it really clever with all the switches and stuff. I like levels that have moving parts. I think that's what I've learned. I meant to grab the shell. Luckily you can pretty easily jump over the fireballs. But still, you know, they do make those switches tempting, you know, to press. And so that's why this is a great level to, like, it's fun because it plays with, like, the, you know, should I hit the switch, that, you know, and I just like what it does. Pretty good level. I feel like, I'm also just kind of trying to get back into the swing of things here. It's been like a couple days since I last recorded something, maybe a week? I don't know. Just because I've been busy with other stuff. The Teal Mask, like, just released. Yeah, so it's definitely been over a week since I recorded, because I haven't recorded since before the Teal Mask released. So, you know. But, that means that I've fallen behind slightly, and, I have to get back to recording. You know, back to the series that I started, whatnot. I mean, that's the great thing about recording in batches, is, I can record a few episodes at a time and actually have days to just do whatever in between. Not worry about recording the night before something's supposed to upload. But again, I feel like I talk a little too much about, you know, recording and, you know, episode length and stuff in episodes instead of actually talking about actual conversation topics. Well, they are conversation topics, but they're not, like, probably what you come to a Mario Let's Play to talk about. What you probably come to a Mario Let's Play to talk about is the upcoming Mario game. And last time I promised that I would talk about the online functionality of Wonder, so I guess let's do that. I think, frame of reference, Nintendo hasn't really been the biggest on online play, online functionality. I want to say that they had... I want to say the real first big push was, Miiverse. And from what I hear, Miiverse is pretty good. I didn't participate in it much myself. So I don't think I'm qualified to really give, any opinion on that. But, what I do think is that, I don't know, I think that, not Miiverse. But yeah, I think Miiverse was Nintendo's real first attempt at online. I feel like there might have been a few games on the Wii, that supported online, and the 3DS, had wireless, and the DS did have some online functionalities, but I think it was really Miiverse that really started Nintendo's dip into online, and not a whole lot of games really used, like, online play. They mostly just had maybe high scores from across the world or stuff. So that's the company we're working with when we talk about, you know, online here. I think the biggest thing Nintendo's done with online, they mostly use it for, like, score, like, saving high scores across the world, but, like, only one game's coming to mind, Animal Crossing was a big online game, and of course, it had, you know, and of course, Animal Crossing itself had, you could go visit people's, islands and whatnot, but, aside from Animal Crossing, I totally missed that, probably gonna have to replay the level anyway. Aside from Animal Crossing, and obviously sharing scores online, online, yeah, not really a big thing. There was one game that kind of gave people hope, and, I mean, I think it kind of gave people hope. I can't, you know, dictate what people feel, but, not dictate, no? I guess it would just be no. Why was I searching for a fancy vocabulary word when no would have sufficed? Anyway, I can't know exactly how people feel, but I feel like, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, the other game I'm currently playing right now, gave people hope for Nintendo's online, not necessarily because, I guess Smash Bros. And Mario Kart had online, but whatever. Those are like party games, not like, you know. Anyway. Oh, there's a hidden Luigi. So. Okay. Sorry, I'm just really trying not to die here. Smash Bros. Mario Kart. But Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. In the Super Mario 3D World part, you could create a room and have your friends join, and you could all play through the game together. This is probably because 3D World, was launching in a year where stuff was mostly still shut down. But, what do I want to say about it? Finding words and playing games at the same time is hard. But I think the other thing is I'm looking for the secret exit here. Is it just straight here? No? Okay. Well then, I don't think I have a clue. So. But, back to 3 World. But, yeah, and for the most part, whenever I used it, it worked pretty fine, pretty well, pretty okay. You know. But Nintendo has always prioritized, you know, sitting next to each other on a couch. You know, gameplay. Never really been big on online multiplayer. So I guess then that, you know, so 3D World was kind of this not humongous, you know, leap, and I bet you a lot of people probably had an opinion that Nintendo should have done this like in the first place. But it did definitely change. Sort of changed, like, the idea that, like, Nintendo would never include online multiplayer. Challenged it, I guess, you know, because they literally did. Though people still complained that it was laggy and whatnot, and maybe I just have really good internet or something, but, like, I almost never experienced lag, like, in any game. Like, one exception, though, is, Mario Maker. And that's, like, the only game I've ever experienced a lag in when online. So, don't know. But, I'm really distracted trying to find the secret exit, sorry. But, the, 3D World Online was exactly as if you were playing in the same room. And I think that's something that people wanted. I can't speak for everyone. It was fun. Never been a big online gaming person myself. You know, but, you know, kind of left, but I also feel like it opened the sort of door for people to complain about, whenever a Nintendo game had local multiplayer, but no online multiplayer. And I feel like people were all set to complain that Wonder didn't have online multiplayer, to the point that they did, when, in my opinion, Wonder technically does have online multiplayer. You know, I've never understood why online multiplayer is such a big deal, because I guess in my opinion, if I want to play with other people, I would just invite my real life friends over to play with them. And if I don't have real life friends to invite over, then it's not a big deal. Multiplayer doesn't really add too much aside from playing the same game as other people at the same time. I want to say maybe there's a hidden block, like... Oh no, the fact that this is where they put the super acorn gives me some major, like... Well, there's a 1-up. And I doubt that it's gonna be right where the last star coin is. Then again... Oh my god. No, seriously, where is this stupid hidden block? Like, I know it has to be a hidden block. Because, like... I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, if you want to play a multiplayer with people, get together with your real-life friends in real life. Always been my opinion. So I don't know, but Wonder surprised even me, because I didn't think they would even include any online functionality, because they haven't in the past for 2D Mario. But they did. First off, let's talk about multiplayer in general. With Wonder, it looks like it's basically new soup multiplayer, which isn't bad. But you know, and I mean, I don't know how else they would really do it. But then, they have online, which, if you connect to the internet, you just see people's, like, ghosts, you know, or whatever. But I don't think that that's, like, you know, oh, they're ripping us off. They're not actually giving us, you know, only multiplayer. Because what I think they're going for is, you know, it would be a hassle to make, it would probably be a hassle to, like, track, you know, players, like, collision with other players online, compared to locally, you know. So they probably did live player shadows for that reason, because it's easier, you know. But also, they didn't really get rid of anything that you get through local multiplayer. Like, the only thing you get different from local multiplayer is bouncing on each other's heads. So, yeah, not really anything different. You know, I feel like I have an idea of where this secret exit might be. Hold on. I have an idea. It might be a bad idea. Okay. Yeah, found it. Okay. I need the extra boost from the platform. Anyway. But yeah, you're not really losing anything from local multiplayer when you play online. Because the player shadows can still revive dead ghosts. That's not to say they'll be good at it with, you know, online lag and whatnot, but whatever. You know, they can still give you power-ups, you can send emotes, you know, whatever. All in all, I don't think you're really losing anything, mainly because, like, the only thing you get out of multiplayer locally is bouncing on people's heads, which isn't really too useful, And most people say that it's more annoying, or very annoying. Not more annoying, because I'm not making comparisons, so I can't say it's more, whatever. But yeah, you know, most people said that, you know, accidentally bouncing on each other's heads, or picking each other up, or getting in the way of each other was annoying. And that's all we're losing by playing online versus, you know, locally or whatever. So, I mean, and that's just the truth, you know? Because, yeah, still revive people, still gift power-ups, you can still send, you know, actually, I don't even know if you can send emotes locally, but you can send emotes online, you know, not that they'll be very good, but, you know. And, you know, basically it looks the same, just without any of the getting in each other's way. And I think racing through courses might be something you can only do online. The way they segmented it made it seem like you could only do it with friends, which sounds right, actually. But still, that's a part of online play. And you can make a room with friends, which, granted, doesn't mean you're directly playing with them, but it does mean that you at least get to, you know where your friends are and what they're up to, and you can potentially group up. You know, all in all, I don't see any reason to really complain with how they're doing it. You know, the only reason would be, I wouldn't even say it's a complaint with how Mario Wonder is doing it, and more so, you could maybe complain that the only reason they're doing this way, instead of full online multiplayer, is because the Nintendo servers couldn't handle it, which, I don't know if that's true, but that would be the only real reason to complain, and it wouldn't even be a fault of Mario Wonder so much as a fault of the Nintendo servers. If anything, the way Mario Wonder is approaching online multiplayer is the way that people who were annoyed at, you know, multiplayer in the new Soup series kind of wanted it. You know, I don't know. The other thing that I need to talk about is standees. Standees, I'm kind of lumping into a similar talk as the other online multiplayer stuff, because they are a primarily online multiplayer element, but I wouldn't necessarily define them as purely an online multiplayer element, and like they also change the game in a way that I think is worth talking about. So in regards to standees, they're basically a placeable checkpoint, and also a gacha system. I guess let's talk about the gacha system first. From what we've seen in trailers, I can't be certain. I feel like there might be more than the 4 power-ups we've seen, for Mario Wonder, the 3 new power-ups we've seen, and the Fire Flower, obviously. And it's because the standees gacha, shows, you know, a lot more slots than there are power-ups. Now, if this means there are different poses for power-ups, or just different poses in general, or maybe, you know, not everyone's going to be a power-up, and maybe some of them are going to be related to wonder effects, I don't know. But all I'm saying is there are a lot more slots than there are different powered-up forms of our characters. I'm not really sure if, you know, what that means. My hopes are high that it means more power-ups. Even if they're not new, even if it's just an ice flower, or a squirrel suit, or propeller mushroom. Actually, I'd prefer not to use the propeller mushroom. Penguin suit, you know, whatever. And the reason I say I'd rather not use the propeller mushroom is mostly just because, I don't know, it's never been all that fun to control. It lets you do one thing, and the thing that it lets you do is useful, but I think the squirrel suit's just better at it. unless you need very quick vertical acceleration. So, yeah. But hold on. Gotta be careful navigating this level. If I lose the ice flower, it's kind of over. Okay, so it's kind of over. Oh, penguin suit, thanks. God damn it. Okay, so the gacha system, honestly, it's something to spend coins on. We've all been wanting something to spend coins on. So, sure, why not? It's fine. It'll be kind of fun to complete. I definitely think the gacha system in Kirby and the Forgotten Land was just the right amount of gacha. You know, like... And it was actually useful stuff without being necessary stuff, if you know what I mean. So yeah. So I'm hoping... And the standees seem like something similar. So yeah, but... Then... Oh, I didn't need a penguin suit. Anyway, whatever. So... Oh my god, please, please, please. Okay. So yeah. Now, the more interesting thing that standees... Oh my god. No, no! The more interesting thing that standees do is they act as a checkpoint. Here's the thing. In the gameplay, we definitely saw one person in a level die. No, we saw one person place a standee, and then Luigi came and died and used the standee to revive. The question is, was that Luigi the same player, just playing as Luigi, or was that Luigi a different player online? I am not sure. But I guess I want to talk about the implications for either side. If we can place our own checkpoints, to some extent that invalidates real checkpoints. So the question is are standees one-time use? Like, once one person revives at them, they, can't revive anymore. I don't know. It seems doubtful, because the standees seem to stay around, after Luigi revived using it. You know. So, but that feels like the only way to balance them out against real checkpoints is if they are one-time use. Maybe it's per person, I don't know. The other thing that could balance them out is if you only get one standee per game. I.e., if you place one in World 1-1, you can't place one in World 5-5. You know, and to me, like, lately, that seems like the only way for it to work, to me. Because otherwise, it seems like, well, I missed. Okay. Well, I have an extra hit I can use, I guess. Yeah. But, like, there needs to be some way to limit how standees can be used if, you know, we truly want them to be balanced. But who knows? Maybe they are just infinite use. You know, you can place as many as you have. You know, like, since they're a gacha thing, maybe you can only place, one for every single standee that you type that you own. Maybe there's duplicate. I don't know. But yeah, maybe you can only place, maybe they are unlimited, and maybe they're just literally a safety net. But the question is, I guess, like, if they are checkpoints, we've definitely seen footage of somebody playing solo and losing all their, and actually dying. Now, instead of, like, being a ghost. Maybe this is because they weren't connected online, and so, they can't see standees, and as such they can't use them. Or maybe it's based on the game already calculated there weren't any other people playing the level, and or no standees in the level to use. I don't really fully know how it works. But it does at least seem like, you can still, actually die. Which, it's whatever. My more, I guess, oh, I forgot about that star coin. I guess what has me, it's just so weird to the idea of placing a checkpoint in a level and then being able to use it yourself. But it's still, and it's also weird to let other people use it. But it does seem like you won't be able to use your own standee based on the gameplay footage, though nothing about that has really been confirmed. Which is good for the most part. But then it means if you're playing offline, there's no reason to use standees other than collectible to buy, right? So, I don't know. I think that, maybe I can use that mini mushroom if I fail this again. Can't afford to step off right now. Yeah, I might need that mini mushroom. Okay. So, placing down checkpoints and, but then also, so I don't think you'll be able to use your own standee. Other people online will be able to. The question is like, does that, I guess, I have to wait and see on that, but it's just interesting to be able to place your own checkpoint. I get it's for other people to use, but, and I guess maybe as a ghost you could just choose not to go revive yourself at a standee. So, it's not really a case of, like, you have to use it, right? But it's still overall, leaves me feeling a little perplexed. I need to trigger that. If I want the last star coin, I need to, yeah. Oh my god. That was hilarious. Like I saw it coming, but anyway. Standees, I think they're fine. I'm just a little bit worried about, like, I guess there's nothing to worry about because you could just choose not to use them. So it's like the whole, like, don't complain about when there's an easier difficulty in a game. Like, if you want something harder from a game, like, nobody's forcing you to play on easy mode, and if the default difficulty, or, the hardest difficulty, if there's even a difficulty option, isn't even that hard for you, then, I don't really, you know, then I would say just don't play that game if the difficulty is such a big, you know, downgrade to your enjoyment, you know. It's my advice, because difficulty apparently matters so much to you that you're going to complain that it's not hard enough. You know, well then don't play the game. But, you know, standees seem like an interesting addition. I'm just really interested in how they really work. Because it definitely seems like kind of dumb if I can't use it myself. But at the same time, I can understand why I can't use it myself. I guess then it would outright replace checkpoints. But at the same time, I don't really feel like it would outright replace checkpoints, even if I could use it myself. Because we don't know how long levels are going to be. We don't know, you know, I don't even remember if I've seen a checkpoint. Like, an actual checkpoint. I feel like I've definitely seen a checkpoint, but I don't remember it. You know? Like, it's one of those things where it feels wrong if you haven't seen, but, like, you know, so you feel like you have to have seen it, but, you know, maybe I didn't. Either way, checkpoint, yeah, I don't think they'll outright replace standard checkpoints. I bet you have to be on solid ground to place a standee. And I don't know if, but other than that, I don't really know. I don't know why I'm dwelling on this so much. We just don't know how standees fully work. But they don't seem like... My guess is you can place them only on, like, what Mario Maker would define as ground tiles. You probably can't place them on moving platforms. Or platforms that move when you step on them, you know. Just a guess, though. And they probably won't outright replace checkpoints. Other things... There was something tangentially related to standees that I wanted to talk about, but now I can't remember. But I think maybe it was on heart points. I doubt there's gonna be a reward for getting heart points, and if there is, whatever, I'll just do it. Because, you know, that's the kind of person I am. But, you know, yeah, the heart points just seem like kind of like a ranking system to be like, this person's a reliable, you know, person, you know, you can trust them to revive you if you, you know, fail, right? I don't know, maybe something to make you feel better about yourself at night, saying, look at all the people I helped. You know? But, yeah. Heart points don't really seem too significant. What else is there? I guess there's, this is a secret exit, right? Here's Hidden Luigi. So yeah, I don't think there's really anything else too big about standees and stuff. I think, the races, look kind of fun. I do wish you could do them locally. It doesn't seem like it, though. Or just do them as a time attack type thing, with yourself. But again, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like something that only triggers when you're online, and potentially only when you're in a friend group. But No, there was something that I need to talk about with, like, standees or something. I guess... I don't know. Why can I not remember what else I wanted to / needed to talk about? I guess, oh, that's bad. Nope, made it. Okay, cool. Wasn't worried there would be ground. Don't want to go through that door. I think it's this door. Anyway. So, I guess, since I can't remember what I was going to talk about with standees, and we still got a chunk of time left in the episode, we could talk about badges? I don't know. Badges or wonder effects? Let's talk about badges. Badges are cool. I don't think, you know, I need to really say anything else. They're a cool way to give you a power-up without actually giving you a power-up. You know? Because they give you, like, small boosts or new movement options, you know. Some of them can even be extra challenges, you know. So, I think it's a cool idea, to really shake up 2D Mario, and I think it lends to my whole thought process of Wonder is kind of supposed to be, like, a shake-up to the 2D Mario formula. It's like, you know, I would say that, like, Zelda had Breath of the Wild, Kirby, to some extent, had Forgotten Land, you know, and I'd say this is probably, you know, something similar, maybe. I feel like it's a bit less, you know, shifting away from the core series is like Breath of the Wild, but it's definitely more like Forgotten Land, where it's like, they're kind of forcing themselves to change things up a bit, you know? You know, it actually reminds me of, maybe it's more like Legends Arceus. Because, you know, it was still Pokemon, it still used a lot of the stuff, but it was definitely very different. I don't know, it fell somewhere on that scale of, it's a shake-up for the Mario formula. You know, and I think it's a good shake-up. I think it's something that 2D Mario definitely needs. But, you know, so, and I think we can see this in the fact that you can play as Daisy for the first time, you know. I guess it's not a massive shake-up, but it's, you know, certainly, like, a big enough deal that it's, like, you know, it's a departure from what we'd expect, you know. And we don't even expect to play as Peach. Yes, in 3D World you could play as Peach, but, like, Peach is usually the one getting kidnapped, you know, so it's a departure from that, you know. In a 2D Mario game, like, we've had 3D Mario games where Peach wasn't necessarily kidnapped and there was some greater threat, you know, out there, but not in a 2D Mario game. Unless against Super Mario Bros. 2. So I think, you know, and you can, and there's more than just 4 playable characters in an easy mode. There's, you know, a whole bunch of playable characters and a couple easy modes. You know, like, all in all, sorry Yoshi, didn't mean to, but I really want to get through this level quick. Mainly because I just feel like this episode's already running the risk of running a little long. Yeah. More playable characters. The power-ups definitely seem to be taking a slightly different design approach where they're useful to fight things, but also useful to traverse the world. You know, And all in all, it just seems like, you know, Wonder is very different, and I'll talk about the Wonder Flowers later, but, you know, they're kind of doing something different for 2D Mario too. The online stuff, not had that in a 2D Mario game. You know, the world themes, already talked about it, but they're also shaking it up a bit more than they usually do. You know, not too different, and I think that's it. It's still Mario. It's not very different. It's not like, you know, immediately Mario is now a sci-fi, you know, action shooter, you know, massive, you know, like multiplayer online, you know, RPG, whatever, right? You know, it's still Mario. It still carries a lot of the core Mario stuff, but they're doing little things to shake it up, and I think the badges are the biggest example of this. More than the Wonder Flowers, more than their different, you know, design philosophy with the power-ups, I think it's really the badges. I think it's the badges that are really, you know, the shining, you know, stars of this game is different, you know? Because the badges do something that a power-up can't do. Yes, a power-up can augment Mario's movements, but the badges augment Mario's movements and allow him to still use a power-up. And it can augment more than just his movements. It can augment, like, you know, it can give him a safety bounce, it can draw in coins, it can make things more challenging. You know, to me, badges seem like a bit of a difficulty select option. To some extent. It's not, you know, perfect. It's not like, oh, you know, you're getting to say, I want the game to be easy, hard, you know, whatever, levels to be more difficult. But, I mean, you kind of can, and you can also say, I want this level to be more easy by using an appropriate badge that helps you in that level. So, I do think badges are kind of like the whole, if you want Mario to be more difficult, set on the invisibility badge. You know, so, now, you know, and I think that's why they're the highlight of what makes this game really, what really cements in my mind that this game, you know, is trying to explicitly be different from other 2D Marios. I think, you know, the crouching high jump, you know, that's a clear Super Mario Bros. 2 reference. And it, like, and it still looks useful, it still looks fun, you know, the wall climb jump, the grappling vine, you know, those all seem like ways to augment your movement, and they seem like ways to get around the whole, you know, Mario only runs and jumps idea. You know, that's another thing. Yeah, they get around the whole Mario only runs and jumps. I don't know that that's a massive idea, but, you know, when I think of Mario, I think of, you know, running and jumping. And going, and, like, actively, you know, when I think about the idea that, like, Mario doesn't really, you know, have room in his 2D moveset for more. And I think about the idea that badges change that. You know, now, his wall jump can be different, you know, than how it normally is. To some extent, I feel like the badges are a way for Nintendo also to try new things with Mario's moveset, see what works, what doesn't, and maybe use it in a future game. Would Mario play better if, instead of the normal wall jump, he had the wall climb jump? I don't know. You know, I mean, in some levels in Wonder, obviously. But, like, in general Mario fare, we don't know. And Nintendo, to some extent, I feel like might be using this badge system to really test, you know, out some new ideas for Mario's moveset. The grappling vine, I feel like that one's more of like a, you know, this game only, you know, type deal. Just because it seems like vines, Flower Kingdom, they would probably have to change it to be something that isn't a vine if they wanted to use it again. But yeah, would Mario play better if he had a, you know, grappling hook? I don't know. You know. And then, like, the safety bounce and the coin gathering badge and the sensor badge definitely don't feel like core parts of Mario's moveset that could be added. They definitely feel more like, you know, just augmentations, you know? Like, and I also think, like, the dolphin kick badge also feels like a badge that, like, maybe they're trying to go back and see, is Mario better, when he swims using the A or B button to burst forward as opposed to, swim up, you know, right? Does he swim better using, like, you know, I guess propeller controls? Is that how I would call it? Like, when he kicks himself forward as opposed to just jumping underwater. You know, I definitely think Dolphin Kick is probably a badge I'm going to have equipped a lot of the time. Anyway, but everything, all the movement badges seem like things that Mario could add to his moveset and that Nintendo might be experimenting with. But they also seem like just really fun. And I feel like using badges is a great way to also make the game more playable. Something that, in my opinion, Mario games don't really struggle with, but have never really excelled at. Because I love to replay me Mario. I love to replay me some Mario. It doesn't work how I wanted it to. I love to replay Mario games to 100% them all over again, and just show off, do cool tricks. It just feels fun. But the badges are a great way to extend this by, you know, allowing you to go back into levels with, you know, a badge that, you know, you really want to try out there. Because maybe you notice, oh, that looks like a wall that I can just straight up, you know, climb up, right? But, you know, or maybe that gap looks like something I could use the, what do you want to call it? Something I could use. Dang it. I'm trying to collect my thoughts and play a level. Never a good combo. But yeah, the badges seem like a great way to go back and be like, you know, can I beat the level while invisible? But also maybe a great way to be like, can I go through the level faster if I use the, you know, wall climb jump badge to, you know, actually, like, get, you know, all the stuff. You know, like, maybe it's a vertical level, right? So, you know, using the wall climb jump badge seems pretty smart. You know? Like, I don't know all of the badges and all the ways that we could potentially, you know, use them. But what I do know is that, yeah, they definitely add more replayability, just from, like, a, you know, just from a perspective of, I failed. Just from a perspective of, you know, what badge could you use on this playthrough of a level, you know, that was different from the last time. Maybe you play through all the levels without the badges and then you go back to use the badges. Or maybe you play through all the levels with a really good badge that makes you invincible or something. I don't know. and you decide to go back through the game and play the levels normally now that you know all the levels, you know? Now that you're familiar. And with the whole Mario game struggling with not really struggling, but not really excelling with replayability, I guess what I mean is, like, I don't know how many people are like, I really want to go back and play through, you know, to get all the star coins, because that feels like it might just be me and a couple other, you know, people, you know, type deal. Like, it really feels like it might just be like a kind of me thing. I mean, there's definitely other people that, you know, do that, but, like, I just mean, like, it feels more like, I highly doubt everyone else thinks that 2D Mario is the most groundbreaking, you know, most groundbreaking game in a game they have to replay, you know, in a game that begs them to replay it, you know. No, you know, it's probably not, so I think badges probably won't help with that crowd, but I guess for the people that are kind of on the fence and like, I don't know if I really want to replay the game, I think the badges give them a great option to be like, let's try something different, you know? So, I don't know, I think I'm really looking forward to the Dolphin Kick badge, and, potentially the, wall climb jump badge also seems like a fun one. Like, I don't know, just not sure. I definitely think Dolphin Kick, Wall Climb Jump. I'll probably try the Invisibility Badge, but I think badges are just a great way. Again, they're not power-ups, so they make it feel like if a section of a level requires a power-up to get a to like find a secret or something, you know, or at least a power-up would help, you know, I feel like it makes it so that you don't have to go track around the map to find a level with that power-up or whatever. Or like you don't have to sacrifice a power-up you really enjoy to get that thing, because you can probably get it by using the right badge, you know? At least most of them, you know? And it also gives you a part of your moveset that uniquely, you know, you use for this level. You know, maybe people would end up using a lot of similar badges for the same levels, but all I'm saying is I feel like, especially since power-ups are given out level by level, badges give a way for people to make, you know, their playthrough their own, more than power-ups can. I mean, I just keep coming back to the whole, it's not a power-up, but it, you know, it gives you more abilities than you normally have, and I think that's just cool. You know, a separate system for more stuff. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to badges. I think the online play is going to be pretty good. And we'll probably talk about the remaining thoughts and tidbits I have before Wonder comes out next time! But for now, my name has been and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and it always will be Pun Food. Yeah, it's my first time recording in over a week, so you know, and it's just been, so I guess that's why it's been hard to focus on conversation topics and playing a level. I don't know, maybe my mind was just a bit cloudy.